Yeah. If you have to recall the definition of a BB date, as I defined it earlier, and then putting it in another way, is the projected last date after which a consumer will most not likely get optimal performance of that product. However, looking at the codex definition, that same product can still be perfectly satisfactory if you have to take it from there. Now, a product that the BB date is 30th of that month,
yes,
and then you, as a consumer visiting the store, picking it up on the 26th,
yes,
you are perfectly covered to buy at that time. But how long should you consume it? How long should you keep it at home to consume? You know, that question comes up. And from the definition you've heard me, after you bought it, and take cornflakes for example, you bought the pack of cornflakes that was supposed to expire to the BB date 30th, and then you bought it 26th. It means you have to consume it, finish consuming it by that 30th of that month. Now, for somebody going to the shop and then finding that product on the shelf on the 20th of another date of the following month, you shouldn't be there in the first instance. So as a consumer, I will not buy. You don't expect the consumer to buy that product after that date.
So just
in fact, you should report it immediately to them. Why is it? In fact, it should be as an abuse of the right of consumer if that product is still on the shelf after that, after the BB date.
Okay, Mrs. Lekua, you've already told us about the role and responsibilities of a consumer. What rights does he have in regard to the best before date?
Thank you very much. The consumer has rights in different perspectives. For instance, right to information. The manufacturer has given the right, the information to the product, saying when the product can give you maximum satisfaction.
Okay.
And so with consumer right to satisfaction of your basic need, consumer has right to choose.
Okay.
And with these rights, the consumer has the responsibility of using it to take a decision.
Okay.
And that decision is a check.
Okay.
You have the right to check
So,
patiently.
does he have the right to take it back? If he buys something that is already passed the best before date, can he take it back?
Yes, of course. The consumer has the right to take it back. However, let me say something there. The consumer is supposed to check at the beginning. It's your responsibility. So while in the shop to do that, it's not too good for you to go with your eyes and you can find out things and you pick it from the shelf and move to your house, and then at home you are doing the right thing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So the consumer is supposed to be proactive.
Be aware.
Be aware. Go straight to the shelf and check. Be patient enough. You see, the problem is patience. Consumers are always in a hurry, to do their shopping, but safety first.
Okay.
And because of that, they are supposed to check. We say check your BB date and expiry date.
Apart from these date markings, is there any other factor he should be aware of?
Yes, a lot of them. For instance, the consumer is to check for the nation's regulatory agency's mark of certification, of saying that this product is safe. You check it. If you don't see it, for instance, yesterday I bought this one of these drinks. I was busy patiently checking to see. I've seen the best before date, okay, but that of the regulatory agencies, I couldn't find until I continued patiently and I saw it there. My heart came down. I was satisfied, to now drink. Okay. I think that's what we should do, because our health is our wealth. Okay. Whatever you are consuming, you have to check and see that it is in order. So the issue of checking cannot be overemphasized.
Okay. How about the language on the product?
Yes.
I buy something and they say it's a Chinese or one of these Asian countries.
Yes. You see, you have to get the information. So when the language is not in the language that you speak or understand, you can't understand what is there. And so the information is as good as lost. Okay. On that note, you don't buy. because you can see some written in languages that are not different from your own language. Your lingua franca, for instance, in Nigeria is English. And then this product is having something like China, Russia, those that have their own language, okay, and no English language there to interpret the information. And then, why are you buying it? It could drop in one or two things there, which might be contrary to consumer rights.
So, what is the role of CPC?
Under the law,
Okay.
CPC can wade into action by removing from the shelf hazardous products or ban the sale of it. CPC will draw the attention as well of the seller.
Thank you very much. But before I let you go, Mrs. Akeju, what message do you have for the consumer out there?
If you go to a shop and you see a product, even when the date markings are still valid, but you see some telltale sign that that product is no longer in good shape, you're not supposed to buy. Maybe because they put them under poor storage conditions. So even though those dates may still be valid, you have to be watchful on that. And they should always check the dates, you know. And then when the BB date of a product has passed, they are their own. They should take it and consume it. It's not really good at that point, you know. And that the consumers need to check the products and see whether it has been validated. You see a situation whereby the unscrupulous and unscrupulous businessman will validate those numbers.
Temper with it. It's been wonderful having you. We've had an educating and insightful discussion here. Thank you very much. Viewers, don't go away. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have an update on the activities of CPC. We also have a segment on Consumer of the Week. And you may contact us if you have exercised your right or gotten redress from CPC. Let us know and we can bring you on the program to educate other consumers in similar situations. Thank you. Don't go away.
To make a complaint to the Consumer Protection Council in order to obtain redress over a product or a service, you contact the seller or service provider and present your query. Ensure you keep relevant records of your conversation. If the problem is not resolved at this level, complain to CPC. Your complaint should be clear, providing relevant facts such as where and when you bought the product or service. You should state clearly what you want from the seller or service provider. Is it a refund, a repair, or a replacement? Complaint should be sent either to the CPC office nearest to you in any of our zonal offices across Nigeria, CPC head office in Abuja, the official email of the council, or by telephone. CPC does not charge fees for complaints. Series of activities embarked upon by the Consumer Protection Council to enforce consumer rights in Nigeria continued in the last 1 week. Hearing continued into allegations of alleged consumer abuse in the distribution of electricity as Ikeja, Kaduna, Abuja, Ibadan, and Port Harcourt electricity distribution companies made separate appearances to make presentations on consumer complaints in their respective areas of coverage. These include complaints of estimated billing, indiscriminate increase in electricity bills, irregular disconnections, and non-supply of meters to consumers several months after payment. The Council is, however, referring Benin and Enugu electricity distribution companies that failed to appear before its investigating panel to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation for prosecution. Kano, Yola, Eco, and Jos electricity distribution companies were being expected as at the time of compiling this report. The Council also beamed a searchlight on the hospitality industry, as VIP Tourism Limited, which has affiliates in South Africa, was summoned to explain issues relating to complaints made by consumers. According to some of the complainants, VIP Express Tourism Limited allegedly reneged on the agreement to provide the desired holiday destinations to them upon completion of their subscription payments. Other allegations against the company include assertion of undue influence on their subscribers, making them to sign documents without proper perusal and understanding of the terms, as well as accompanying intending subscribers to homes